Something wrong with your pet, you need help, you don't always gotta take it to the vet. Get motivated by the jingle on the radio and call up the dog Whisperette. It don't matter the behavior or the breed, same day's transformation's guaranteed. Miss Elisa, best trainer in the league, #1 in training pets to be the best that they can be. If something wrong with your pet, you need help, you ain't always gotta take it to the vet. Motivated her to jingle on the radio and call up the dog Whisperette. It don't matter the behavior or the breed, same day's transformation's guaranteed. Miss Elisa, best trainer in the league, #1 in training pets to be the best that they can be. If something wrong with your pet, you need help, you don't always gotta take it to the vet. Motivated her to jingle on the radio and call up the dog Whisperette. It don't matter the behavior or the breed, same day's transformation guaranteed. Miss Elisa, best trainer in the league, #1 in training pets to be the best.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Make It Make Sense with the Dog Whisperette. My name is Elisa Sullivan, also known as the Dog Whisperette, and today my guest will be joining me and my co-host, as usual, the beautiful Nefertiti, also known as Denise Dave. Today, my guest is going to be. Hi, darling.
Hi.
How are you?
I am good, like you outside enjoying the nature.
I am, because I know what's coming, so I'm enjoying every minute of it. Guys, just bear with us. We're doing remote. We've never done remote before, so just bear with us because there's this episode is empowering. It's Amy Hogarth Nunnally, and she is the president of Critters, which is a nonprofit organization here in Dunlap. She also was a vet tech for 20 years. She worked in the biomedical field. So this lady has an arsenal in her belt. She saves so many. She teaches about TNR. That's trap, neuter, and return. And I'll let her talk more about that when she comes on here. And she's making it make sense. She gets out vouchers. She is the president of the Paws and Claws. There's my good friend. That's Miss Amy. I've been praising your credentials.
Well, thank you so much.
So Amy, I don't know if you heard me, but I was kind of going over, your credentials, what you've been doing your whole life, which making it make sense, making a difference in the spay and neuter in the cat population. So I would like you to tell the audience a little bit about you and what you do and what you stand for and the impact that you have.
Okay, we're having a lot of gurgling, so I didn't understand everything, but I am a licensed veterinary technician, retired, and when I moved to Bledsoe County, I just saw animals everywhere, and I started out by watching local social media, and one lady came on and said, "Where are all these cats coming from?" And so I would just private message her, "Hey, what's going on?" And I made a private visit to her house and talked about spay neuter and what we can do. And so I just started neutering her cats using grant money, and it was very cute because she ran out of the house with $27 and change. And it said, "Do not touch this money. It's for spay." And so I decided I needed to help her. And it just started from there. People started coming forward with these problems.
Our first time we went viral. So stay with us. And let's see, is that better?
Yes, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So currently I'm just going around the countryside and helping people. Right now I'm helping a lady that has 30 cats. I've done 20 of them so far that are neutered, and we've got about 15, she's maybe 20 more. And this didn't happen overnight. It's not going to get cured overnight, and that's the way I look at it. So
that's true. This is not the first time you went into. Would you call that a hoarding situation? What would you call that?
No, it's a situation where the next door neighbor left cats in the house and they completely disappeared. And then the cats got out and just started breeding in the neighborhood. And these people started feeding them, and they're breeding and they're breeding. And this has been going on for at least 15 years. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of cats. And then when I enter a property and I see little kittens, I grab them up and take them to my house and socialize them so they don't have to live on that property, and they can find proper homes.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot of work.
How do you go about finding them homes?
And I know that you were in the biomedical field. Can you explain what that means?
All right, let me address the issue about finding them homes first. My husband built me a cat house, and we have cages in there, and we socialize them, neuter them, and then I hit the road and I take them to Tractor Supply. I take them to the farmers market. We just did the Pikeville Fall Festival, and I adopted 6 out there. And there is a fee. And I do have some people that cover that fee. They call it an adoption grant. And I don't tell the people that the grant is there until they definitely want the cat, and then I spring that on them. So, but yeah, I've spent at least 20 years in the biomedical field, and I worked with research animals and just made sure that everything was going well with them. And I was the veterinary technician, did anesthesia. The doctors would come over from the hospital to develop new surgeries. And these techniques that we developed on animals, it goes full circle. It usually ends up being helping animals, those techniques we develop. So, we first make those techniques or do the research on people, and then it ends up being used on animals to help their lives better.
Okay, so
yeah. I missed that one I didn't understand what you said. So
I'm sorry, it's connection. I said, give us one example of one thing that was developed that made the pets better.
Okay, so artificial kidneys, were developed on dogs, and then they eventually are used on dogs. Contact lenses, artificial hearts, casting, bone surgeries, things like that. Yeah. Can
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You might not be able to hear me. So
I hear you just fine.
Okay.
Let's talk about policy. I know that you are the president.
I'm the former president of Paws and Claws. It was getting a little too confusing for me being president of Paws and Claws and president of my own organization. So 2 years ago, I went ahead and resigned from that. But Paws and Claws, they give out vouchers and they'll cover part of the cost for neutering animals. Paws and Claws was originally thought to be building a shelter, but we realized very quickly that was not the case in these counties that don't have any animal control, no animal control officer, no shelters. And so we wanted to get at the root of the problem, and that is spay neuter, prevent these animals from being born so we won't have to care for them in the future. So, and that's the way that works. And Paws and Claws has done a tremendous job, and I continue to do that by just going around and neutering cats. A cat can have 2 litters a year, and that's probably 8 kittens, and then those 8 kittens have kittens, and cats breed like rabbits, and so that's why I chose to focus on cats.
Do you notice like there's a dumping point where there's more animals dumped?
Yeah, a lot of people will drive around and they'll see a lot of cats in your yard, and they'll go, "That's a good place to dump a cat." or the dogs. Up here, I live on Wheeler Mountain on gravel roads, and people can ride in and out of here without being seen. And they're incognito, and they just push the dog out the side. You know, my husband was coming up the mountain one day, and there was a little dog in the road, and he opened the door to check on it, and the dog jumped in the car and got between the seats and said, "Let's go." So that's what's going on up here. So, and we've noticed since all the groups are working together that the town of Pikeville has many less animals running around.
Yeah. So Nefertiti, you got some questions for Miss Amy?
Socialize. How? I mean, what does that consist of? Like,
Well, socializing them, we take the kittens. We just got a litter of kittens in. They're spitting at us. They're hissing. And so I take a large cage. It's got 3 levels in it. I put it on my front porch, and my husband sits out there, and he'll pick them up and love on them, even though they don't want to be loved on. But usually it takes a week, and they're letting you pick them up and hold them and rub them. And now we've got them to where they'll come up to the front of the cage and want to be picked up. And so we litter train them. We train them how to be in a house situation, because a lot of people, you know, do keep them in their house. So.
You not also just rescue cats. You've rescued a few dogs as well.
A few dogs were kind of
Wiggly dogs that you have
yes,
taken. I think
yes,
you still have them, don't you?
Yes, they'll be here forever. But these dogs were living at the Piggly Wiggly, and they'd sleep under the cars. They'd hit McDonald's up in the line, and they would hit up, you know, the other restaurants, sleep behind the Granny's kitchen, and have puppies back there. And I just didn't see any good coming from that. If they were going to get hit by a car or anything, they were going to need to be shot, because there's no way you could get them. So we trapped them, and they're still living here. It's been probably 7 years now, and every once in a while I post pictures of them up on the Facebook and see if anybody remembers. Oh yeah, I went to Piggly Wiggly and bring chicken out for them all the time. So you know, they'd be out there winter, summer, and fall, just running the roads. And if they recognized your car, they'd chase you down the road. But they've got pretty good lives right now. And dog Whisperette, you helped us with those, you know, with those 2 dogs for sure, getting them trained and getting them more relaxed and have self-confidence. And yeah, so it was great.
Yeah, the one we with, she got a good home, did she not? What was her name?
Yeah. Was that
what
Mumsy?
Was her name?
Mumsy.
Yeah, no, the little one who went. Was it? Oh,
Mumsy? That was Piper. That was Piper. Piper went up north. She lives, and she goes to the coffee shop now. She lives inside, and it's a great. We have a system here in Tennessee. A lot of our dogs get shipped up north with Great Northern Dog Rescue. I call it the Underground Railroad for dogs. And so they just get put on trucks here for in Tennessee, and then they travel north and end up in Connecticut, Boston, and live great lives. Yep.
Is that because there's a stricter policy up there for spay and neuter? Is it because they are in need of dogs up there?
Well, yes. So up there are laws where you cannot adopt an animal unless it is neutered. And if you have an animal, it must be neutered. And so there's a less population up there for sure. And so that's when they'll take some of our dogs. Yeah. And there's a shortage because they're not breeding. So, and that's what we're trying to do with low cost spay neuter.
So how many vouchers do you usually give out in a given time?
I think Paws and Claws is giving out 30 to 40 vouchers a month. I do not do vouchers. I just go and grab the animals and neuter them and bring them back. I help low cost people who, you know, I usually ask them if they're using the food bank. If you're using the food bank, I can help you. I get grants that I need to use that money on low income people. So they much can't afford to feed themselves, much less animals. So that's who I focus on.
So what, do you only supply where you live, that county,
No,
or does
I
other
reach out to the
counties?
other. I reach out to the surrounding counties. Paws and Claws stays in Bledsoe County. That's what their bylaws say. They need to stay in Bledsoe County, but I don't do that. I kind of touch over the borders into Van Buren, Sequatchie, Ray County. Not a whole lot, but I do go over the borders of the counties because there's nobody there to help them. So I'm about the only one.
That's true. Yeah. And so you say you get grants to pay for all of this?
Yes, the state of Tennessee gives me $1,500 a year, and they definitely require that I use that money on low cost spay neuter, low income families. And Petco gives me $1,000 a year just to spay neuter, or I can use that on some vet bills if there are some emergencies. 2 years ago, Miranda Lambert gave me $2,000. Let's see. I got $4,000 from two mods up in New York. Their requirement is that you are in Appalachia. Bledsoe County is in Appalachia, so I am eligible for that grant also. And it's just I'm starting to also get more private donations. I travel to Georgia to buy pallets of food. I can purchase those for 19 cents a pound, and I give that to people who can't afford to feed their animals. They'll contact me, hey, can I get a bag of food this month? And surely I give it to them. So I don't ask them what's going on. I can just keep an eye and see if the need is there. Yeah. And I do make home visits when people say they're having issues with cats or dogs. I make home visits and we talk about that.
Okay. So you kind of educate as well.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. And if I can teach people how to trap so I don't have to do it, I certainly do that. But most of the time I end up doing it. I just want to make sure the cats, sometimes these cats have to stay in a trap for about a week. And I just want to make sure they're well taken care of. So I usually will bring them to my house and put them under the woodshed and have all this bedding and food that's been donated and take care of them that way.
And you do TNR. Let's tell the people what TNR is.
TNR is trap, neuter, return. It used to be trap, neuter, and release, but it's changed to return because the animals know the location, they know where their food sources are, and it's kind of inhumane to just release them anywhere. And so that's what I do. And people say, I need to get rid of these cats. And I always say, there's nowhere for the cats to go. I can bring them back. I can neuter them so that there won't be more cats. And if they don't want to do that, I don't worry about helping them. But if they want to truly, the colony, once you get everybody neutered, the colony will die down by itself. It will die down from disease. It will die down from hit by car. The colony will die down from other animals attacking them. So I think 6 years ago, I helped Mr. Dennis Frazier. He started the fire department here in Bledsoe County. And he had 18 cats, and now he's down to 6. And everybody's been neutered. No more babies. Babies aren't getting hit by cars, and that was what the main thing was. He lives right on the road, and the little kittens were getting smushed by all the cars. So he's doing good, and help getting people under control and getting their lives under control. That's what it is. Yeah.
Denise, do you have any questions?
No. I'm just taking in because as she speak, I was like, there's a lot of cats. I was
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of cats.
And sometimes, I usually don't do adult cats because people don't want adult cats. And so I usually stick with the kittens. They're easier to move. I'm helping something, but there are other occasions that adult cats need to find homes. And so I have some people that call me and say, hey, do you have any barn cats? I'm having a mouse problem. And so I do make a visit to them, make sure the situation is good for the cats. I look to where we can maybe house them if they want to get in out of the rain. And so I just released 4 cats 2 weeks ago, and I set up a game camera and to make sure the cats are still in the area, and you could see them coming at 12 midnight or 4 o'clock in the morning to eat. We set a table out there and attached a tub to it with the food. And just yesterday we were out at the farm, and he said I could have an old truck topper, and so we're going to make that into a house for the cats. And my husband made a door for it with a hole, so the dogs can't get in and things like that. So we're trying to get them set up for the winter. And I follow through on these. I don't go just release cats. I follow through for a couple of months after I release them to make sure the living situation is good for them, and to make sure, the people will feed them. Some people think, oh, they're going to eat rats and mice. We don't need to feed them. You do need to feed them. They hunt for the fun of it, and they'll bring their hunt home to you and drop it on your front porch. But
Right.
that's another project. Yeah, exactly. Those are other projects I'm doing. And, as I'm traveling around, I see the need and then go from there. Yeah.
To educate that they need to be fed, even though they're barn animals. Is that what you're?
Exactly. Yeah. I've even visited barns and seen pregnant cats there, and I snag them up and go get them spayed and then release them back so that there won't be more kittens, born into that situation. And more, because kittens, if they're not taken care of, there's disease. Yeah. Want to prevent disease. So
that's what I was going to say. I live by a trailer park, and there's not.
I think I know that trailer park. Yeah, I think I know that trailer park.
Very well, and it keeps going and going because we're by a restaurant, so people think if they throw them up there, they'll eat, which is a misconception because they don't eat.
Yeah. They're not used to French fries and things like that.
I hate to say it, bones that Zeus is bringing up that I wasn't even aware. So that is telling me that, like you said, the population is dying out. But I know that you and Lisa spend a lot of time in trapping and neutering and releasing, returning here. But it's like everything you did now that's like tenfold has showed up that's not spayed and not neutered. So,
sometimes I have to. Sometimes we have to revisit in a couple of years. Okay, this is happening again. We need to get it under control. And then I've got some people that live at the apartments in Pikeville, and they keep an eye on things. Hey, Amy, somebody just dropped a cat off. And I immediately go trap it and get it fixed and return it back to the apartments. There's a lot of cats with tipped ears, and we tip the ear, cut the very tip of the ear off so that we can see that the cat has been neutered and we don't have to go catching it. And there's a lot of cats running around Pikeville with tipped ears.
Ears tipped. That means that cat has been spayed or neutered. So
correct.
It's not like
correct.
That's your indication.
Yes, and they also will have. Yeah. They also will have a tattoo on their belly. The regular veterinarians do not tattoo animals, but all low-cost spay neuter clinics do, so that if an animal is caught running free, we don't know where it belongs, and if we see a tattoo, we know we don't have to spay it. So, that's pretty much my life.
I had a stray cat come up.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like an impactful life. You're making it make sense. You have educated so many people in this little valley. I know growing up, there was nothing here. There was no help for our animals. And just to see these little organizations step up and do what's been needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And without expecting anything in return. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I've noticed a big difference with the stray animals in Pikeville, definitely. And one young man who has supposedly my animals will do what my animals will do, and he's noticed a lot of his cats have tipped ears now, and he was asking somebody, "What does that mean?" And I said, "It's working." So yeah, and these cats will stray up to the apartments, and I have somebody in the apartments will set the traps for me, and I take them and neuter them and let them back go. So yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
we'll get a
Have you ever been
handle on it.
accused to be sued?
One lady
Have
did,
you ever
and
threatened to be sued for taking somebody?
well, one lady down below me was accusing me of this and that, and I had never. I knew where I had neutered a cat, and I posted a picture. She accused it of being her cat, and it wasn't her cat because I got it from somebody's home. That person wanted me to neuter that cat, so I wasn't worried. She said she was going to call the sheriff on me and stuff like that. And, if you don't want your cat neutered, don't let it run. So
That's true. That people don't understand that concept. Oh, it's my male cat. He's not going to have babies. I don't have to worry about it. I've heard people
yeah,
say that,
yeah.
and it's usually the truth. But no, you don't have to. But everybody else does because it starts trickling down. One
Well,
little
and
of
male cats are the
unwanted
big,
kittens or puppies.
yeah. And male cats are the biggest spreader of disease. You have feline AIDS and feline leukemia, and they go breeding, and they are fighting, and that's when those diseases are spread. If you neuter male cats, they're going to stay at your house. There's no reason for them to roam. There's no reason for them to fight, and they're all pretty nice cats once you get them neutered. So, and we have actually an outdoor cat house at my house where cats stray around, and so we provide food for the outdoor cats too, and my husband checks the feeder every night and tells me who's in it. And these are just stray cats that wander through our property, and just trying to take care of them too. So
That's true. But we're about to run out of time. Denise, do you have anything you want to say to Amy?
Oh no, I know. Nice meeting, Amy. Keep up the great work.
it is nice meeting you too, Denise. What town do you live in?
Hamilton County.
Oh, gotcha. All right, you're in big town.
So she's my
Well, I
co-host.
think,
And we're making it make sense, and we
yeah,
appreciate
y'all doing a good
you coming
job.
on.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, I
well,
find that
guys, our
a
time.
lot of the organizations are starting to work together better now. Hamilton County has helped me a lot in the beginning, taking animals into Humane Educational Society, and I've got a couple of cats put in the cafe there, and now they're packed. They can't help me. I got to help myself. A lot of times I take animals to Sevier County too. They reach out and help the poorer counties. So we're pretty poor down here, but we're hanging in there, and I appreciate everybody.
Yeah, and we appreciate you. And that's what it takes a village. And we're going to have to put the pettiness aside and work for one cause and one
Exactly.
answer. And that's how you make it
We're,
make sense.
yep. We're
All
all in
right,
this
guys,
together.
join us
All right.
next
Thank
week.
you.
I'll make it make sense with the
Thank you.
100.1 FM radio.
Yeah.
We are. Join us live next Saturday. Like I said, about the Village Park senior walking. That's if weather is permitting. We're supposed to be getting some snow and some weather. Guys, I will keep you informed. Follow me on YouTube. Keep you informed. Spread Facebook. Plus, you offer some, it's gonna be 6th, yes, or no, next Sunday. I think it's the 2nd, November the 2nd. Yes. And so if weather permitting, bring your elderly. If you're elderly, I'm giving you free walking lessons. So that's how we're making it make sense, and that's how we're becoming a village, and that's how we're giving back to our elderly. So thank you guys. Like I said,
Yes,
Till we
that's
meet again.
it.
Oh, we're going to be at the humanitarian awards show.
All
There's one
right.
up the road. Is going to be. So, guys, it's just going to be a show. You need to come and support them. I mean, they've supported you. Let's support them.
Right. All right. See you tonight.
Bye, guys.
Motivated, heard a jingle on the radio. I'ma call up the dog, Whisperette. It don't matter the behavior or the breed, same days, transformation guaranteed. Miss Lisa, best trainer in the league, number one and train the best to be the best that they can be. If something wrong with your pet, you need help, you don't always gotta take it to the vet. Motivated, heard a jingle on the radio, I'ma call up the dog, Whisperette. It don't matter the behavior or the breed, same days, transformation guaranteed. Miss Lisa, best trainer in the league, number one and train the best to be the best that they can be.